Hello everyone, it is TIJ and welcome to a Football Manager 2019 team guide. Today is the turn of Leicester City, who infamously, of course, won the Premier League title a few years ago. And now it's time for Leicester to be a bit more stable and try and keep in the top 10, which, to be fair, is something they did do last year, finishing 9th under Claude Puel. But let's get straight into this team guide, shall we? Now, Leicester have got a very good team. They've had a few additions to the team over the summer, but some of the best figures still remain. The likes of Harry Maguire, Jamie Vardy, Kasper Schmeichel, the likes of, I suppose, Mark Albrighton from that championship winning season as well, Andy King, Daniel Amati was there as well, Shinji Okazaki, Danny Simpson and Christian Fuchs. Bear in mind though that Christian Fuchs and Danny Simpson are getting on a little bit more now, as well as, of course, Schmeichel, Danny Simpson and Vardy. And that's to be expected. I didn't realise Andy King was only 29. But let's go straight into the dynamics, shall we? We've got a number of players who have been at the club for a long time, so it looks all good in terms of the team leaders and highly influential players. No surprise that Schmeichel, Vardy and Andy King are up there as the team leaders. Who's the vice-captain then? Wes Morgan's the captain, but where's Morgan? Wes Morgan is nowhere to be seen. That's very odd. Is that a glitch? Possibly? Wes Morgan, where are you? Where's Wes Morgan? He is the captain, but for some reason he's disappeared. He's in the under-23s. Blimey. Well, he's the captain, but I think that... apparently we don't have a captain, but he's not in there, I don't think. Is he in the dynamic screen? I don't think he is. That's a very weird one. So he's been moved down to the under-23s as Wes Morgan. Fair enough, he's only a backup player now, but we're going to put him back in that senior squad. It's a very bizarre one. The fans have got a good affinity towards the player. But he should be another team leader as well. And, we have got the team leader of Morgan, but for some reason it is glitched. There we go, there's Wes Morgan, and Andy King goes back into the highly influential players. That makes a bit more sense now. But Wes Morgan is approaching the end of his career, and if he retires soon, we will be able to cope with everything two leaders, but as proven there, Andy King can slot into that as well. Wes Morgan, a very good player. We haven't got much to worry about, though, in terms of the team leaders and highly influential players. So I can imagine the core social group is fairly big, yeah. The players that have been there for a similar amount of time. And again, secondary social group A. There's two social groups, and then you've got the few down here who have just joined the club and are finding their feet at the club, I suppose you can say. But next, in terms of the tactics, it's an interesting one with Leicester, because they did find a lot of success with 4-4-2. And I feel that possibly Leicester could find a bit more success with that 4-4-2 and play with a Route 1 style of football. Now, that could be a bit tricky given their players, because they haven't really got the most versatile players in terms of players that can play, you know, right wing and left wing, proven by Albrighton and Demarai Gray. Possibly you could put them up to 4-2-2, put Demarai Gray there, but really James Maddison is someone that you want to get into the squad. He's just joined the club from Norwich for 20 million. It would be a waste of time not to get him in the squad. So potentially you could go with a 4-4-1-1 to get Maddison into the squad. If Maddison's in the squad there, that looks good to me. But just bear in mind you'll only have Vardy there, and that looks good to me actually. Again, you can go for 4-2-3-1, you can make these attackers, so really you could do whatever you want, but I would probably actually go for that 4-2-3-1 on reflection. Potentially put, who's Gazelle? I've never heard of Gazelle, or Gazelle. He can play on that right wing, and Demarai Gray on the left as both inside forwards, and that looks a bit better to me. But there is a bit of depth in that position. Let's have a look at the team report. Let's go for all positions if we can. We have got, is that current ability? Who's Harry Barnes? Or Harvey Barnes even? That's I was about to say it's potential. I was about to say that's very odd. I didn't. That's for some reason it's showing. I want to know current. There we go. There's current ability. But Demarai Gray, Harvey Barnes is this player. I've never heard of him. But he's out on loan there, and it seems like he could be a very good prospect for the future on that left-hand side. We've also got Ricardo Pereira who can play on that right-hand side, and I think that's the player we will put there. Another player who's just signed from Porto. So you can have Pereira there, you can have Gazelle there. Where is he though now? Where's he gone? He must be somewhere else. He must be injured or unavailable. Pereira, let's have a quick look. I suppose if he's Portuguese. No, can't be. Profile. He's match fit, but I don't know where he is. Is he on the right back position? Yeah. No wonder I couldn't find him. So again, you can put him in there. And put Danny Simpson there, potentially. The possibilities are endless, because the depth of players at Leicester is pretty good. Let me know what formation you do want to end up playing with Leicester, because I could spend hours fiddling around with the players, but purely I guess it's down to form, what formation that you think will be best, and how you think they'll get on. But we started to talk about it just then. But let's have a look at the other players who have joined the club. So we looked at Gazal and Maddison. But Danny Ward's joined the club from Liverpool for 12.5 million. Very much a squad player. Should probably take over from Schmeichel in the end. Kupovic is also there as a backup, but he's not in his prime anymore. He's losing his ability a little bit. But Danny Ward has still got a bit of potential and will probably take over after Schmeichel. Bear in mind, Schmeichel is 31 years of age now. And then finally, they brought in Rashid, no, not him, Kaglar Yoks, I can't even pronounce his name, Kaglar Yosunu, who's come in from Freiburg. For how much? How much does he cost? He's cost them 19 million as a centre-back. He's a younger centre-back who's got a decent potential. So again, he can go into the squad, whereas he's injured at the moment. But he can come in for Johnny Evans, Harry Maguire. And again, I think this squad looks very good in terms of its depth, and it looks good to me. So actually for this squad, I'm not going to suggest any transfers because I think that you can do a decent amount with this squad already. I mean, you've got likes of Chowdhury, Diabate. You've also got, there's already some players in this squad if you ignore the few older players. There's already George Thomas, Callum Elder, Chowdhury and Diabate that can already get into that first team squad. And in terms of the under-18s, there's plenty of players with potential there as well. So that looks really positive for me. But if we look at the team report, let's have a quick look at the team report. Are there any players that potentially we could bring in? If we look at the squad depth, yeah, left back is somewhere we're lacking a little bit. I've suggested the same players really for a lot of clubs. But a player I like the look of is Rico Henry. He's a Walsall junior, and he's been at Brentford for a few years now, and he could possibly make the jump up to the Premier League. A young English player, shouldn't really cost you too much. How much have Leicester got in terms of the transfer kitty? 21 million, so you should be able to afford him quite easily. But then I presume that, is there any left backs on transfer listed? Let's have a quick look. Oops, whoopsie daisy. If we go on left back and transfer listed, we've got Marcus Rojo. That's an interesting one. How much is he listed for? For goodness sake. He's transfer listed for 21.5 million, but possibly he could get that one down. Could he play as a left back? Not really, actually. I didn't realise that, but for some... Right, we need to go natural at left back. We've got Marcus Suttner, who I'm guessing isn't quite going to quite be the level that cuts it. But if we've got any on loan listed, potentially... can't really be loan and transfer listed. Fair comment. Any left backs in that list? For some reason, it's took my my request for that. But we've got Brendan Galloway, who's loan listed. He could potentially come in as a left back because I don't really think he's got a future at Everton because he's been out on loan at various clubs but never really found his feet at Everton. So I think he will leave the club at some point in the near future. But possibly take him out on loan, see how he gets on, and yeah, see how he gets on there. But it's going to be one of the shorter team guys today. I think I've pretty much covered everything because Leicester are definitely a good squad. They won the league a few years ago, and apart from losing Mahrez, they've brought Maddison in. They've got Gazal who have brought in as well. They've brought in some very good players, spent a lot of money, and done very well with it albeit. And they've still got the same old favourites of the squad, the likes of Mes Morgan, Jamie Vardy and Schmeichel, albeit those players are not potentially in their prime anymore, potentially. Christian Fuchs is leaving on a free transfer at some point. Where is he going then? Leaving on a free transfer where? Let's have a look. Just says leaving on a free transfer. How weird. Leaving on a free transfer. Let's hover over that. Leaving on... Ooh, I don't quite know where he's going then. How weird. He doesn't say anything there. Might be a glitch in the game. But gloss over that anyway. But thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope that one's been effective in covering the squad, the incoming transfers, dynamics, training and tactics needs for you guys. But if you've got any queries, let me down in the comments. But until the next time, folks, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.